Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us to our evening connection through the wisdom. We have a unique opportunity tonight. It's the first day of the month of Cancer from a Kabbalistic point of view, from the lunar calendar point of view. And we know that every time it's the first day, it's the beginning, it's the seed level, it started Saturday, Sunday, and today is the first beginning. So obviously we want to be able to understand the gift that are, available for us to connect, and things that we need to know to be watched, right? To watch closely. Plus we have a beautiful weekly energy that we connected to, and many different lessons that comes to us, such as the weekly portion. We call it Parashat Chukat, the portion of Chukat. Now Chukat, the word Chukat is represent law. The word law, Chok, is law or decree, okay? But it's mostly a law. Now, speaking of the new moon, speaking of the laws that no one really likes, right? There are many laws in this world that people don't like, and creating their own rules or their own laws. But one of the things that it's important to remember, before I'm entering to explain to you about the new moon, because I usually want to speak about this consciousness, but the new moon of Cancer, it's such an important month to eliminate what we call even the cancer disease. That is the beginning, or even the idea of cancer, exists and started, and the vaccination against cancer is in this month. So imagine all of us today listen to it, or wherever you listen to it, the consciousness of this new moon, every year, by the way, just because it's first time for you, it doesn't mean it's, it's every year, for thousands of years, it's been known that this month of Cancer is nothing to do with the crab. Yeah, the crab is a representation of the constellation. In astronomy, the constellation of Cancer look like the crab. That's why they call it Cancer. Nobody came up with that from their own mind. Therefore, this what we receive today is the vaccination against cancer. Now again, this is a very important month. It's very important to spread it. Very important to bring many people to this type of level of consciousness. But first I want to speak about the name of that portion. It's called Chok, law, Chukat. This is the law. Now, many people religiously reading the Torah or the Bible, and they see these are the laws of the Torah, and you have to obey them. Now, this is the difference between Kabbalah, that people need to awaken themselves to the Kabbalistic consciousness. When do we have laws or rules? When? When does a rule start? When a law is being placed, or when in the government bringing a new bill to pass, right? When? Only when there is a falling or a new danger, right? Let's say back then, maybe, 100 years ago, there was no any airplane. There was no reason to anybody to maybe run into something, right? Though there was maybe one plane take off, So, today there's like millions of whatever planes, they're taking off and they need to be organized, Same thing with cars, right? Back then was one road, 5 cars, 10 cars, As soon as many more cars, many more people, many more roads, right? Now I need more now I need more rules, now I need more laws. Now, the question is 2 questions. One, is the law, or the rules you call it, the law is bad or is it good, right? Because when you drive and for whatever reason you park illegal or you cross a red light, they give you a ticket, you're upset, right? You're upset. No, please forgive me, I don't want a ticket, right? But the law meant to protect you. So, yeah, I know, but you can give, I got it, I got the lesson, I'm never going to do it again. But what is the consciousness that we want to understand over here? And this is the beauty of the wisdom. This is the beauty of the wisdom. The laws that exist in this world, in the physical world, traffic, air law, airplanes, ships, docking, any law that exists, law of the land, most of the laws, or all of the laws that exist today, coming or developing through experiential of our humanity. More people, so let's say they learn that giving birth in this way, it's risky, so we need to give the woman some induction, all kind of stuff, so to remove the risks, right? Or any risk or anything, people creating law, you have to do this, you have to do that, because we already have experience. Unlike the wisdom. The laws, the spiritual laws of this world, and many more will be revealed, already exist in the creation of the world. The fact that they are new to you, right? The fact that they will be new to you, and there are many spiritual rules and spiritual laws that are merciless. They are not, easy. But these are laws that coming from the creation of the world. And because the generation is getting almost like, I would say, going lower and lower, and in a way, we need to have more rules, right? And more laws for us to be elevated, not for us to be controlled. The rules that we learn, spiritual rules, are not rules that meant to control us, meant to put us down. No. The rules that are going to be revealed and reveal as the generation grow, you grow more rules and more regulation, spiritual regulation, right? So for example, there are some people who, and we know there's many rules, but even if someone, I know some people, a lot of people, today there's a trend, for a while, to microdose on certain drug or remedy, right? Certain things, there's chocolate, there's this, there's that, but it's gotta be specific, and have to be under rules, right? Under supervision even sometime, I have here a couple of doctors that now they're doing, the people who suffer from trauma, they give them, this certain drug, but it's all supervised. They have to be under certain rules, certain regulation, is all monitors, right? Because protection. Not because, but still they allow the people to deal with what they need to deal with in life. Same thing spiritually. People think that if I take on myself more rules or more spiritual structure, and again, this is important what I'm saying right now. We need to create spiritual structure. Once you create a spiritual, or a day, right? That your day is spiritually structured, the physical world, the chaotic world will follow. Will follow. It's just a matter of, call it time, or development. But when you create, and again, this is this week's energy. So it's the first idea I would like if each one of us to understand that when we share different rules and different laws and different recommendation, we're not forcing anybody. There's no coercion in spirituality. But the Kabbalah says, at some point, you gotta create of your day spiritual structure of the day. And then if you have, I know what I do, most of us have schedule, right? Like a calendar. Meeting this, I go to that, I'm leaving 30 minutes for traveling time, lunch time, It's all structured. Most of us, if you have a job and if you have a life or if you have a business, it's all structured. Where is your spiritual structure? Where is the structure of how you think? Most of us, thoughts comes in and out, uncontrollable. No. It's within our power to create a structure to how to think about situation, how to reframe situation. There are many ways or Kabbalistic ways that we create a structure. How you wake up. What do you do when you wake up? What do you connected after 2 minutes, after 5 minutes, after everything is structured. So when you have the spiritual structure, the physical world will follow. The order in this world will follow your structure. So first of all, this is the idea. When he says to you, this is the law, it doesn't tell you that that it's a law to control you or a rule that will create boundaries for you. No, the spiritual laws of this world meant to chok is a law. But it's also the word lachkok, to engrave. When you engrave in something, it never disappears. When you write on a paper, or you draw something, eventually it can disappear. But when you engrave those rules, those laws, it creates a structure. So each law, each spiritual law, meant to protect you, to strengthen you, and to create order for your life. And of course, eventually order in this world. Because it seems like, everything run in chaos, everything is uncontrollable, Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? But when you have a spiritual structure, even when things coming, quote unquote, unexpectedly, you know how to deal with that. You have a structure. And that's what we do. It's not to control you, not to limit you, but to strengthen you and to get out of you the superpower that we are, the superstructure that we are, the super cells that we have. That cannot happen, that's not going to be able to open if you're still living with your ego, if you're still living with your desire to receive for the self alone, if you're still living in a way that you think, maybe, or by chance, or I should be lucky. There is no such a thing. There is only spiritual structure that manifests physical structure. That's the only rule that exists. Any other things is another calculation, another, invention of our mind. Very simple. Every spiritual law that you ever learn in Kabbalah, meant to, chok is a law, but it's meant to be engraved on your bones. And that is creating protection to you. It sets you completely different than anybody else. Completely different. So this is what we have, the gift of this week's energy. Now, this is one, it must be said. 2, I want to connect to the new moon of Cancer and explain to you from beginning to an end what is the important part to be aware of. Now, there are a few things that you're going to hear that you're not used to or you don't understand, but take the time to learn or to open yourself to that. Abraham the patriarch, for some 5,000 years ago, wrote a document. It's called the Book of Formation. You can check it out, Google it, whatever you want. Nobody understood it. And still today, people still interpret it. Beside Kabbalists, nobody can understand that. It's technically 1,700 words. Every word is like, E equal MC square. A whole equation of humanity. Every word is an equation for every human structure. Slowly throughout the years, as the generation went a little bit lower and lower, right? Therefore the wisdom got lower and lower, so we can understand it more, so we can digest it more. Okay? That's what it is. It's like when you have a baby, right? You don't feed the baby a piece of meat, right? What do? Either you want to chew it for them first, or smash it, or blend it, or you give them like smashed food or some liquid, right? That's very simple. So that's where we are today. As a generation, it's not bad, it's great. It's already been made, since the microwave. What is microwave? Ready to be used. No process. Boom. You want to eat? Take. Right? Fast food. Where does it come from? 50 years ago we had fast food. 100 or 500 years ago we didn't have fast food. You have to go work hard, hunt, and all of that. Right? Today, boom. Generation is lower. You need to digest it. I need to chew the wisdom for you and give it to you. It's sometimes hard. What is the idea? The idea is that it's on us. And soon, if you're not going to expedite your transformation, you will be left out. This is this humanity. This is this world. At some point, it's going to be merciless. At some point, you get it or you don't get it. At some point, not today, not tomorrow, but you can check it even scientifically. They tell you this. Scientifically, they've proven it to you. At some point, you get it or you don't get it. The one thing actually I just said earlier, and you can check it out. Don't believe a word I'm saying. Go to Google or any of the search. Scientists, most of the time they tell you, yeah, we're not sure. That's the theory. All theoretical. Beside fact that what you see in your eyes, what you see the world is the fact. It's a fact. They tell you. It's 0.00001 from the actual reality. So they tell you that 99.99999% of your reality you have no connection to. You are not connected to. And simply they describe it by maybe you using 4 to 6 to 8% of your brain. Okay? Again, they tell you facts. But any other things, I don't want to deal with it right now. I just want you to understand, at some point, if we not expedite, it's going to surpass us in one moment. So like when the new cell phone came, when the new smartphone came, there's a whole generation who left out with the flip phone, right? Even myself, I remember when it came in the 90s, I think, around 90s, in the flip phone. Oh, it was amazing. Even that was hard to text, and all of a sudden, smartphone, like, oh, no, I don't want that all computerized. Let me keep my flip phone, Some generation don't even know how to use it, right? Soon it's going to be more and more and more. So, spiritually, I highly recommend to expedite yourself. There's no room for laziness, spiritual laziness, no room for that. You gotta create spiritual structure where the physical world will be molded into your structure. Not you need to change because of the physical world now demanding from you, or the the designer tell you what to wear, or the food industry tell you what to eat, or the medical industry, pharmaceutical tell you which drug to take. That's what's gonna happen. That's actually happening. What do you mean that gonna happen? So, every new moon, in the beginning of the new one, I'm going to give you a description why it's important to have the correct consciousness in the beginning, in the seed level. Why? The seed level indicate a complete renewal, right? So when the new moon Chodesh, Chadash, which is new, starting, I can really insert a complete control over the negative side of the moon and use the positive side of the moon. What does it mean? So, for example, I gave an example earlier, which I thought it's easy to understand. So I watched a couple of weeks, a month ago, whatever, a golf tournament. And when the guy hit the club, everybody hit the ball the same way. The same way, you see. And one ball goes there, one ball goes there. But in the beginning, it seems like they're going out from the same place. But little later, they completely, like, you see, they aim to somewhere else. But what the difference is? In the seed level, where they strike, where the club hit the ball, each one of them hit a little bit different. And then they get completely different results. So it's important for us as community, as friends, as a group, as a student, to get it right. To get it right. And you get it right, you go into the right place. So let's understand. In this month, it's called the month of Cancer, month of Tammuz. It represents the end of a great period of the month of Taurus and Gemini, which in one we receive power of healing, and in one we receive the totality of revelation of the Torah, which is the complete revelation of this world. And now we're starting a process of Cancer and Leo, this next 2 months. Within these 2 months, half of the month of Cancer and half of the month of Leo, almost certain half and half, it's very negative. Very negative. Why? We know in that period of time, if you remember a few weeks ago, we spoke about the spies and the tourists. In that time, called the 17th day of the month of Tammuz, that's when they went and they saw the bad report. They came back in the month of Leo, the 9th days of the month of Leo. We know is the most negative day of the year, right? The destruction of the 2 temples, the Inquisition, all the terrible things in the world historically. I'm not going to go run into them. In that day, started or begin or was seed level for them. In the month of Tammuz, we know it's the crab, the Cancer. What do I need to be aware? What do I need to run away from? And what do I need to really start doing in this month? Abraham, I go back to Abraham the patriarch. Abraham started and say that every month have a DNA. If you know the DNA of the month, you can control the entire month. That's what Abraham revealed. And he revealed what are the DNAs of every month. In the month of, and each DNA is indicate or revealed through what we call the Hebrew letters. There are 22 letters. Each letter is like the seed level of the month. Now, like today, if you look scientifically, they tell you your structure is, chromosomes and DNA, and they tell you, they put it in 4 letters, A, T, C, G. Again, they use, this is your DNA, they call it 4 different letters of human being. Of course, each one of us have that DNA. So for the month of Tammuz, the month of Cancer, the DNA of that month is 1 letter CHET. It look like a chair almost, right? Like a bench, CHET. That's the DNA of this month. Hopefully, if I have maybe a picture, I'll insert it later. But the Hebrew letter CHET. The letter CHET, and now I want to read from you from Abraham, the patriarch. Is important to make that connection. בספר יצירה, in the book of formation, המליכו את CHET, the creator, rule the word, the letter CHET, the letter CHET, it's the 8th letter of the Hebrew letters. to control, to create what we call Sartan, the cancer, the month of cancer. And each letter indicate of what type of energy it represents. So in the month of Cancer, we know it's the power of sight, to see, to view. So your ability to see humanity born and strengthened in the month of Tammuz, of the month of Cancer. That's what he says. וסרטן בעולם and Cancer בעולם ותמוז בשנה. Now he says this way. We have to understand the idea of the letter CHET to the idea of sight, of seeing, ראייה, to see. And this is beautiful. It's a bit deep, but I think we should a little bit pushing that wisdom. Why we have even the ability to see? Why? Why do we need the ability to see? Why can't we feel everything, know everything there? Why do we need to see it? And this is what he says. הראייה דעיקרה נבראת לראות בתורה דברים. The reason we got the ability to see is so we can see the wisdom of the Creator. So we can read the wisdom. So we can see the wisdom that before we never had the wisdom written. It was all Baal Peh, it was verbal, right? It was oral wisdom, right? But, oral is hearing. Why do I need to see? All the wisdom I share with you, even right now. You don't read anything, you're just listening, right? But the ability to see is to see the wisdom that you hear in life. Most of us looking in life and see what we want to see, or sometimes the beauty, sometimes the evil, sometimes disgusting, sometimes great, right? And we want to see who we want to see. We don't want to see what we don't want to see, right? So we focus in almost like a horse, have a blinder. But now we learn why the ability to see was taken away from us. Like scientifically it's proven that you only see, I will give you maybe a discount, or maybe I will be large with you, right? 1% from the reality, that's what we see. We get to see. Only 1%. By the way, please don't believe me, check it out. Scientifically you check it out. Kabbalistically, I don't need to check. It's true. For thousands of years. Abraham telling you. Back then they could see. Because they never had to look into, what she's wearing and what he's wearing. Oh, look at the new sneakers. Oh, look at the new show and look at the new this. Oh, look at this view. There wasn't any of that. So any wisdom that they heard, they saw it in life. So that ability was taken away from us. And again, why? To protect us. To protect us, because if you will see what's going on in front of your eyes, you will be mad, you will go crazy. So therefore, I will even say more. If you remember in the verse, the beginning verse in the Torah of what we call Genesis. So there are the creation of the 6 days, right? And every day, when we're reading, you see, it says the pasuk, the verse says, ראייה ראשונה, the first time we meant to see, שנזכר בתורה, the first time that ראייה, that sight, to see, was mentioned in the Torah, or in the creation of the world, הוא על האור בפסוק, וירא אלוקים את האור כי טוב. And the Creator saw that the light is good, and He created that day. First day. And then second day, third day, and God saw that the light is good. What does it mean? God saw the light. God is the light. The Creator is the light. What is He talking about? He speaks about us as the vessel. Why we receive the ability to see? is to see, Vayar Elokim, Elokim represent the world of nature. It's nothing to do sitting there a God. Elokim represent Hateva, same numerical value, the nature. So when you look at the nature, do you see how good it is? And when you see animals eat each other, do you see how great it is? Right? Most of us like a little bit upset, right? Vayar Elokim et haor ki tov. Each one of us, need to use our eyes to see the good in this world. We need to bring back our sight to be used to the right direction. What is cancer? Cancer is, even take the crab, the physical crab. Do you know that the crab have claws, right? Those claws, when he holds something, he can't release it. It's very strong. I don't know if you know. You can pick up a crab, he hold you and you can pick him up. And he doesn't leave. He doesn't leave. Think about it. So now I'm telling you, my friends, what's in front of us is a complete illusion. No, but I can't leave my illusion. I want to hold on my illusion. I'm telling you guys, don't hang on what you think it is. It's completely the opposite. It's not what you think it is. No, I'm a crab. I want to hold on that. How many times they told you, you're not supposed to be with that person, right? No, but I like them. I don't want to let go. Cancer can't let go. You're holding and you think, why if I'm going to let go, what's going to happen? We learn to holding on an illusionary reality. And when somebody comes, hey, let it go. No, I can't let go. Holding. That's the cancer. And then when somebody come to you directly and tell you, listen, this is not good for you, what do? What is the cancer? The crab. What the crab? You know how the crab moving? Never directly. How does he moving? Sideways. Have you ever seen crab walking? It's only sideways. So anytime someone or the reality hits us directly, what do? Run to the side. Move to the right. No. Move here. So they're not going to catch us. So we can hold on to what we think we want to hold on. This month, this is what this is the seed of cancer. What is cancer? Space. Why space? I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go. For example, sartan is cancer. Sartan is cancer. The word cancer is sartan, also crab. But it's also the word sartan, which is tina, which is grudges. To remove grudges. Get out or get rid of. Let go of all the grudges that you're holding on. It's cancer. In this month, there's another beautiful lesson. Beautiful, deep, deep lesson. Every month we learn it has the line that we scanning. There's a sentence that we saying. In this month, the power of this month is within that sentence. So the sentence, you know where the sentence come from? That verse came from? From the most evil guy ever. It's called Haman. In Purim, when they read the Megillah, they're doing noise with the Haman. Right? He wanted to destroy everyone. Why they using the verse that he says? And the verse mean, Ze eneno shove li. What did he say? He came to the king and he says, nobody have a desire like me. This guy, evil guy, have a real big desire. A real big desire. He wanted to control the entire world. Evil people. A person that wanted, look at us, who have a desire, we are good people, who have a desire to control the entire world? None of us. Maybe control some people. He wanted to control the entire world. There's nobody, he says to the king, nobody have a desire like I have desire to rule the entire world. Let me do it. This is big, right? But for the evil. First, we need to understand what exists in this month. A tremendous desire that you need to awaken to rule the entire world. As humanity, to take control over this physical matter, over this chaotic reality, over death. Eliminate death forever. This is what human meant to come to do. An evil guy got it. So now, if you look at the sentence that Haman says, and in this month, he says, Ze eneno shave li. What does it mean? In another way, the word eneno shave li is meaning it's not worth it for me. It's not worth it. So this month, I want each one of us to look at what your claws are holding on too tight, or a small desire that you're holding, and you can't let go. But remember, holding on that little desire, on that small honor, on that small respect that you're looking for, you have to tell yourself, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's cancer. Open your hands, let it go. Yeah, but I can't until they will say, I'm sorry, I can't let it. Until we are not going to be together, I can't. Or until I'm not going to get the funding, I can't. Until I'm not going to get my this or what that or the order, I can't rely. No. You have to remember, anything that is so small and insignificant, maybe at the moment it seems like so important, you have to tell yourself this month, it's not worth it. I need to let go of it. It's not worth it. I have a bigger desire. This is this month. Another thing is, wherever in your life there is space between you and people, and you're holding on that, it's not worth it. Close the space. It's not worth it. Is it worth the cancer? No. No. Nothing worth that. Now again, some people will say, oh, but the disease of cancer is inherited. No. It's already proven that it doesn't really pass in generation. It's the really, people call it lucky. No. Every person in this world have cancer, potentially. It's a cell that go lunatic, right? So what create that cancer? Space. Space between you and yourself. Close the space. Being complete. Feel complete. We born to this world complete. Beshlemut, we are complete. We are one whole. We look at ourselves as small, insignificant. Space. Space. It's so much space. So, now, it speaks about the letter Chet. And this is the key, and I hope if you can visualize the letter Chet, I don't have it here, you can meditate on that letter. That letter represents, as according to the Kabbalist, Choshech. It's the first time darkness was mentioned. Chet is the beginning word of the word Choshech, which is darkness. ונזכר שהוזכר שהאות ח' הוא בתיבת חושך. That the letter Chet represent the name darkness. But is also few sentences later, it says, כלומר, חי הוא ברומו של עולם. היינו שבאמת עוד חטא מורה על עיקר החיים. That the letter Chet never meant to bring you darkness. And they say in the month of Tammuz is completely dark. Why? How come it's 1 month it's dark? Because what appeared? Because what? Because, and this is the beauty of human being, this is the strength of human being. Human being meant to be the creator over here. Vayar Elokim et haor ki tov. We meant to see the light in the darkness. So the creator concealed that light for 1 month. So it will be illusionary dark. And now go back to a couple of weeks ago, I spoke to you about the spies went to Israel. See how beautiful it is. What they meant to do, and just to understand, the spies are not like 12 strangers. These are the head leaders, the very giants. And Moses sending them to the land of Israel to do exactly that in the month of Tammuz. He know that if they go there, they're meant to go and see the light in the darkness. And what did they do? They saw only the dark. Their ego could not handle it. And they fell into that. And they realized it takes over them. And then, boom, blindness. Complete blindness. Everyone is against, everyone is bad, And they missed the opportunity. And since then, by the way, we still working hard to really see the light in everything. But is that falling that it was so bad? If they would see the light, today in our generation, we're going to completely different experience. So let's understand. It says that bringing chai is life, right? Life. And choshech is darkness. Each one of us this month need to wake up and awaken life. Let's say for example you have a relationship that are kind of like dying type of things, or a feeling that you have about something that you kind of achy. You need to learn that in this month to awaken life, to rejuvenate everything, to revive everything. It's in our power to use the letter CHET, that letter, that DNA of this month, to convert choshech, which is darkness, the same letter, to bring life into that. How? By starting to see Vayar et Elokim et haor ki tov. I want to see the light in everything. How beautiful it is. This is the job that human being meant to do or need to do. Please understand that we damaged that some thousands of years ago. We damaged the ability to see. This month, as small as big as you can do that, finding the light in everything that you see. See the light, how good it is. See the beauty of this world. And again, and he says that idea is berumo shel olam, is the top level, the highest topic that you can ever do. In this month, most of us can start seeing the good. Most of us can see that the space, it's not worth it to stay in space. Okay? We can eliminate cancer from this world. We can eliminate that disease from this world. We can eliminate death from this world with this type of consciousness. But remember, as I said before, this sentence, we need to have a desire, not like imagine learning from an evil person. From Haman we learn, you have a biggest desire. How come us, righteous people or good people or amazing people, have small desire? And what we do, holding on it like a crab. And when somebody's trying to take it away from us, moving aside. Oh, no, don't take it away from me. Manipulation, anger, closing ourselves. Right? The shell of a cancer, right? The crab is very tough outside. So it seems like very tough. But inside they are soft. Everything is soft inside, right? So, tremendous opportunity. So what I recommend, find the letter CHET. Every day, you visualize that. That letter is the DNA of this month. We need to visualize this word and look around. Look at the light in people. Look around you. Where can you see space Can you close it? If you, no, I can't, let go. I can't let go. Tell yourself it's not worth it. Holding on something that is cancer eventually. Everybody have that. So let's not awaken that. Let's close the gap. Let's close the space. Let's reduce that part of us that want to control us. And again, it's really, really amazing that it's important that in this week, in the last verse, last idea, I know it's a little bit longer today because it's really important to connect to that. In this week, there is obviously the death of Miriam, the sister of Moses, that she was bringing all the water, the Be'er Miriam, the well. And when she died, they had no water. So all the nation go and complain to Moses, hey, we need water, we're gonna die. He begged to the Creator says, go, speak to the rock. That's what he told him. Speak to the rock, and water will come out. Moses looked around to the people. He says, wait a second. If I'm gonna speak to the rock and water comes out, people will go mad, go crazy. Their level is so lower, they need to see an action. So he took the staff and he hit the rock and water came out, and they believed and they were so happy. We want to ask this month, I don't need to see the action. I just need, some of us, I need to see in order to know. Show me a proof, show me like the show me state, what I forgot the name, you show me, I believe. You don't show me, I don't believe, right? That's where they were, and that's where we are today. I want to come to a level that only consciousness create my reality. Only consciousness. I don't need to see. I know. If my consciousness is in the right place, I know it will be manifesting. If my consciousness is not in the right place, things not gonna manifest. That's simply what the Kabbalist is working on. It's not about the doing things, right? It's about creating spiritual structure, like I said in the beginning, and everything else will follow. If you don't really buy into that consciousness, you're going to spin your tail over and over, and you go lower and lower, and more chaos and more chaos, more cancer in the world, more death in the world, and then we're gonna understand we need to shift our consciousness, and that's how this world will shift. This is the ability that each one of us have and been given to us. So please, in a very proactive way, in your own way, meditate on these things. Please listen to this maybe again, get some notes, listen to it again from the beginning. We shared many, many different lessons, many different wisdom. So please, again, there's many, many more, but I want to keep you with that and ask that the request should be, my small desire, I'm holding on it. Let go this month. This small desire eventually, it's like a guest that stayed too long, right? Have you had a guest that stay extra few days and you already got like it became part of the view of the couch, You coming back, you see them on the couch already. It's been like 10 days. One more day and one more day, one more day. Eventually, I can't stand that. That's us as cancer. Holding on. What are you holding on? Let go. It's tremendous. Tell yourself it's not worth it for me. I'm going to let it go. So again, this week as well, we have a tremendous opportunity to reduce or a major reduction of our ego that doesn't let us see the 99% of our reality. Again, there's so much more beauty, but please, if you can, dive deeper into it. If you want to know more, please let me know. But thank you for joining us, and have a beautiful rest of the week and the month.